I'm working on a mural of a bear. It's a ornamental siding demonstration. I'm going to show how you can take a picture and then move it from a picture into an actual working piece of the wall house siding.
I brought a bunch of my brother's 6-inch half-round gutter down to install on this and show everybody how it works.
And your brother is Augustine Classic Cutters, and you're going to install them on this building?
Accessories and stuff down so we can show everybody the very, very different applications and the different looks you can get out of the stuff.
So this is going to be we're going to be putting copper on this, and it's going to be a double lock standing seam. So we'll make the pans, and then you'll have the seams come up vertically, and then it gets folded over twice. So that's what the double lock is, and then you don't have to solder it at all.
So you're going to be making the folding on the break over here with the copper?
Yeah, and then we'll be coming down the sides with just...
this is the copper over here you're going to be using. Plus you're going to be doing some soldering?
Yeah, on the sides we're going to have to solder the seams.
Okay, and then you got a trigger stretcher to...
Yep, and that's over there on our homemade stand.
There, okay. So you'll be demonstrating that later?
Yep.
All right.
Hi, I'm Don McClure with Short Slate. We are doing a German-style slate roof. And right now we are just prepping the slate to put it on the roof. It's
Unusual for the United States.
yeah, it's a different style.
More commonly found in Germany.
Germany, yeah. Yep.
What will you be doing with these slates?
These slates will be getting a 3-inch cut off the corner, and these will just be part of the decoration that'll be putting on.
You come up with an idea, you either hand draw it yourself, or in this situation I took this picture up on the left and then put it on a transparent film over there on the far right. And then from there I took a projector and made this template back here out of cardboard. Then I take the cardboard, center on the wall or roof or wherever you're doing. And that's what this black line is. That's my trace line for that template. I could have done much bigger pieces, but doing these sharp points gives it more of that texture of what a bear would look like. Really the hardest thing when you come to dealing with a situation like this is not really the body or the design of the bear, it's working in whatever you're working around the bear. So this field is where the tricky part comes in. There's a lot of thinking and cutting, taking off possibly to get the lappage right and to keep everything laying as flat as you can.
I'm going to be showing all the different soldering irons that you can use, dating back to the original charcoal burner. No, I'm not going to be firing that off. It's just for show. And all the way to the newest technology, the portable hoseless soldering iron.
You got electric. What else do we have? Acetylene.
Acetylene, propane, electric.
Acetylene, propane, electric. This one's heating up right now.
balls are nice because it has the built-in flux brush in them. It's easy to carry up on the roof.
Tin them and then solder them? Or you just use flux?
Yeah, if we're going to do a lot of flat lock or something like that, pre-tin them. Yeah, it saves a lot of time for pre-tin. When it starts cooling down, it's working on solder very well. Our newest thing out now is the portable hoseless soldering iron. This is Seaver. It's been sitting around for a while, so the head has a bunch of gunk on it. This is 50% water, 50% ruby fluid, liquid flux. I use a dip to clean the tip off. Knocks all the junk off and keeps your tip clean.
Is the solder just staying on the top, or is there enough heat that you're getting like a capillary action when the solder's actually
Yeah, it's sweating in the joint.
So the copper's getting heated up enough that it actually goes inside.
Yeah, it'll actually get sucked in and roll around into the lock.
What's the solder? Is this 50-50 or what is
This is 50-50. Sometimes you can hear it bubbling and popping and see actual air bubbles coming out, and you know it's getting sucked in there.
So you just sort of keep feeding that little reservoir on the leading edge there.
Yeah, just sucking the solder behind it, and it should be like a pool of it right there. It's gonna lift it up, kind of ran back.
Is there any difference working with that material as opposed to copper?
Yeah, this is zinc coated copper. It's a 16 ounce. I think it's a little tougher to solder. I did the acetylene torch. The nice thing about these, they get really hot. And if you do a lot of flat lock, something flat, you just want something real hot, and you just run a lot of steam pretty quick. That's probably the route you go. It's an express torch. I try to do 90% of my soldering with this. It's very versatile, compact. You do flat lock, vertical. Just all around pretty good iron.
German style slating or cladding, as they would call it. The bottom down here is a universal decon or universal some cladding. And then we switched to they call the kettle G9, I think is what they call it, and it means tightly bound chain. And our roof was a 140 inches with an 1.5 inch overhang, so we decided to use a 10-inch slate. That gave us 14 slates across. So we have everything turning out symmetrical on either end when we get to our end pieces.
Even your hip pieces, that's hooked, so you're ready enough to nail that, get it with an ear and try to blast it through the slate below it. This one here, I didn't have the hook in it, I just didn't know how to mess with my hip, my tile hip coming up through. I mean, this was hooked, but I mean the next one. So I'm going to face nail this one that I'm making now. Anybody have any questions or?
Say the hooks are stainless steel?
Yeah.
Anodized?
Anodized, yeah.
And you're putting a nail through each hook.
That's correct.
How long are those strips? 4 feet?
Yeah, roughly 4 feet.
Right past
If they're 12.
Just nail through.
Yeah, right at the top.
Plastic, it's like a spacing backing, keeping little spaces, correct?
Yep.
What the little bump is there? Hey, John.
That's actually, he said to wedge the shingle in there so that it's tight.
You see it here.
Holds the shingle below it down. Yeah, holds
Maybe
the
what we
shingle
could do
below it.
is
Push pressure on it.
ask
Yeah, like that.
the clay towel head to go up there and start Yeah, you basically
You got a pair of palms. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, break one out.
This is a different layout.
Yeah, I might spend away that plastic layout. Just make sure it's on center. Basically, you can even just use it for your head, I got UV, so I got like say your guys walked on it or whatever, you broke it or whatever. Normally you can keep getting it out, however, you want to beat on it. Basically, if you just take these pliers, hammer here, you should be able to just twist this to get all the stainless steel hook or whatever. Get your piece out of there. Work your hook if you need to. Sometimes they're a little bit of a pain.